Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to do a quick patch review of patch 24.1, and let's jump right in there and then have a quick discussion afterwards.
Welcome to our new patch report, where we'd like to introduce the exciting changes coming your way in update 24.1. One of our main goals this update is to allow for a wider variety of gameplay based on both individual skills and teamwork. Let's start with tactical gear. We aim to elevate it from optional to an indispensable part of your arsenal. To achieve this, we're adding tactical gear crates to your inventory at the start of each game. Inside these crates, you'll find a variety of tactical gear to choose from.
Looks like they kind of are going with the same kind of setup that they used on Instant BR, or Insane BR, excuse me, where you get like a sniper crate, SMG crate, AR crate.
Which once chosen will be equipped to the 6th tactical gear exclusive slot in your inventory. Keep in mind, however, that once equipped, the tactical gear you chose will be with you until the end of the match. Wondering what happens to it upon death or recall? Or what about the world spawn tactical gear? All of these answers can be found in our new patch notes. Meanwhile, we're also enhancing the usability of repair kits by combining them into a single versatile item that can repair helmets.
This is huge. I think there's too many items personally on the ground that spawn right now, and I don't think I've ever used the mechanical repair kit ever to this day. The helmet one and the armor one though, I do like a lot. They're a little bit heavy per se, but they come in clutch. Got little tweezers in there.
Vests, and vehicles.
Love it.
The revamped repair kit comes with 10 uses and also introduces a new feature, the ability to detach tires and attach them to the vehicle of your choice. So gear up and remember, a well-oiled vehicle and the spare tire could be the difference between a chicken dinner and becoming the enemy's main course. Vikendi also hasn't been left out of our update plans. We've made some changes to address areas where players have struggled the most by adding some extra covers and ridges. Additionally, we've made improvements to the blizzard zone, cable cars, crowbar interaction.
The world spawn tornado is kind of cool, but it's also kind of annoying. So like, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. They definitely need more cover. Vikendi is one of those maps that just it's way too vast. I'm hoping though, and I haven't seen it yet. We're almost halfway, or we're over halfway done here. They have not changed the thermal scope, which is should be in the number 1 on the list. I think it's a game-breaking mechanic. So let's see if they have it in here.
Interactions and comeback BR features based on your valuable feedback. We've got more exciting news. Prepare to put your skills to the test, as Vikendi will be joining the rank pool in the new rank season 24. To spice things up, we've also added jammer packs and mortars to the rank mode. Also, before you head out, don't miss our new Survivor Pass, Splash Royale, and many more exciting updates included in patch 24.1. Make sure to check out the patch notes for all the details. And we'll see you on the battlegrounds.
Interesting. Well, that definitely showed a few things that were kind of interesting, kind of random. Taking the tires off the car is kind of neat, but is it really relevant? You know? Didn't see anything about the thermoscope being adjusted, which shout out to Hollywood Bob. He's made a video on this as well. I think Wacky Jackie and CDOM also have as well, but it needs to be changed. It is a game-breaking mechanic it's just not good for gameplay. So map service, looks like the map pool is still the same. Thankfully, we still got Sandhawk, excuse me, and Erangel as the permanent maps, and then you got Miramar, Vikendi, Karakin versus Tego, Destin, and Paramo on the following weeks. So I personally really love this. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you pop in a comment what you think about the map pool. Since they've done that change, I've enjoyed PUBG significantly more. You get some fast-paced maps with some slower maps. It's not just Erangel, Miramar, Erangel, Miramar, Erangel, Vikendi. You know, you get a bit of a mix in there. Looks like the live servers, they've changed the percentage, so it looks like you get Vikendi very little, which I guess makes sense for ranked. You know, they're introducing it. So the tactical gear. So this is the big update here, and I'm not really sure how I feel about this one. The tactical gear kind of feels like it was tactical when you picked it up, but now it's everybody gets tactical gear. Um, Having someone to be able to use a spotter scope, like I think they buffed it, so it's similar to the old school method. I guess it's useful. I actually liked using the drone. I loved using the drone for quick recons. We'll get into that a little bit future here in the future. You got the tactical pack. You know, everybody talks about it. The most cheeky thing you can do is just load it up with panzers. You could probably, I mean, with 2 tactical packs. I don't know if you can pick up a tactical pack actually on the ground. Maybe this loot might not be on the ground anymore. Hopefully, we'll see it in the notes here later on. EMT gear was a lot of fun to pick up. I think it was a great strategy, and I know that's changing on this patch. So, like, one of my favorite strategies was we're in the middle of a fight. I could plan that I'm going to pick up this tactical pack if someone gets knocked out, and I would put it in my spot for my sniper and pick up a teammate and then heal a teammate. And people would rush expecting, hey, this person's going to be down for 10 seconds. And at 8 seconds, 2 people are peeking out with full health. That's gameplay. That's tactical gameplay. But being that you start with this gear now, I don't know how I feel about that. That seems like a wrong direction. Like, I get that they're trying to draw more players in. I like it, bringing the revive system finally, last patch, though it's not quite where it needs to be yet, but that was huge. This is a bit of a bridge too far, I think. Blue chip detector. This is the number 2 thing that I think should be removed from the game. One being the thermal scope. Terrible addition to the game. Blue chip detector just removes all sorts of skill. You don't really need a plan. You don't need to check things. It's such a dumb thing to have in the game, but they added it in there. Thankfully, it's only on Destin right now. I guess until this patch comes out, then everybody's going to have them all over the place. All-in-one repair kit is the best thing of this patch so far. Looking at it, 3 repair kits into 1. 10 uses is a little high, though. Like, I get it, but if you have level 3 gear, and you get hit by an AUM and you go down to 30 damage left on your vest, you just repair it and you're fine. And you can take another hit. Obviously, if you get shot in the head, a little different situation if your helmet's gone, but that's a little bit too strong. I don't know, too, if you're going to be able to repair teammates' vests. Then again, you repair your vest, you drop your vest for your teammate, you pick up their vest, and you repair it. So it's 10 is a little high. So players will be equipped with a tactical carrier in their inventory at the start of each match, and they can pick the gear that they want of the options there. The carrier cannot be opened when you're in a vehicle or on top of a static transport feature such as trains or ships. Ships is kind of random, but I bet you that was more of we couldn't figure out how to get this to work on a ship. So that makes sense. It's going to be put in the 6th slot. I'm okay with that. I don't think I have that bound to anything. This is interesting, though. Players recalled to the match will not be provided a new tactical gear carrier. And all world spawn tactical gear has been removed. So I kind of like the fact that all of them has been removed. I said just a few moments ago that there's too much stuff on the ground. This is one way to fix that. But if you get killed, then you don't have any more tactical gear. You get brought back. All right. So EMT gear, this one changed quite a bit. So EMT gear medkit usages were 3 seconds and are now 7 seconds. I don't actually think that's correct. Someone correct me in the comments on this one, but I'm pretty sure it was 2.5 seconds. And that's a big difference between 3 seconds and 2.5 seconds. I'm pretty sure first aids and medkits were both 2.5 seconds. But now a medkit is 7 seconds. A medkit is normally 10 seconds. So that does shave off 3 seconds, but it's not as big of a benefit as the old EMT gear. Old EMT gear, a first aid would heal you 100% of the way in 2.5 seconds. And maybe it was 3 seconds. I might be wrong on that. In addition, the revival speed of teammates has been changed from 3 to 8 seconds. Once again, that nerf really is kind of disappointing. I'm kind of disappointed this isn't on the ground still. 8 seconds shaves off 2. I mean, every second counts when people are pushing you, every single second. But 8 seconds is not anything to be really excited about, honestly. If it was like 6 seconds, shaving off a total of 4 seconds, that would make a difference. But going down, so it takes 8 seconds to revive. That's a big nerf. However, this is a buff here. Using energy drinks and painkillers will now provide a 50% additional effect. This is kind of nice because you could use a Red Bull, in theory, and it would do what, about the size of, it'd be do two Red Bulls. So one painkiller would be like a syringe. That is pretty strong. Most people who use the EMT gear wouldn't use boost at all. I like using boost because if you go into a fight before you boost, or you boost before you go into a fight, excuse me, then when you get shot, you're already healing. Like you're already catching up on some healing, or you run faster. Tactical pack is from 4 slots to 2. Obviously, that's a good nerf, but still, you put a tactical pack, you put 2 panzers in there. That's just, there's so much with that. I don't think that's a good idea. Spotter scope looks like it's basically back to what it was when it first came out, which was way too strong. One thing that I remember getting killed, I think it was by Corky, I believe. Shout out to Corky. Where he spotted me right before I was behind smoke, and he spotted me, and I went prone behind like a hill so I could heal, and it had the marker like above me. So if they have that back, I'm not so sure about that. But the passive mark, maybe that's what they're talking about. I actually don't know, so maybe someone can correct me on that one. Drone maximum range from 300 meters to 200 meters. Why? Why did the drone get nerfed? That's a random thing. The drone was actually probably, in my opinion, probably one of the most balanced tactical gears that was in the game. Seems kind of weird. I think they're just changing everything so that they can make it part of this system, or this patch, excuse me. Blue chip detector, my number 2 most hated item in this game. So we've got the blue chip detector has been performing or overperforming gear, which it has been. It's broken. Therefore, it has been decided to receive multiple adjustments. Well, so excuse me. Screen update frequency is 8 seconds instead of 5. That definitely does make a little bit of a difference, and the radius is a lot less. I mean, this is a well-needed nerf. This isn't even close to where they need to be. Maybe 25 meters. Even then, I'd still hate the item. Maybe putting these in crates might be the way to go. Blue chip detector is just not a good item in this game. It really takes away from the point of having to have tactical play. And as you see here with the jammer pack, people who are using a jammer pack are undetectable, which I haven't been able to test yet on this, is if the jammer pack is expired or consumed, if it still hides. That I don't know yet. I think that's an interesting thing. Somebody could try that out. Maybe post that in the comments. It's a horrible item. I hope they get rid of this item, honestly, and I can't wait for it. It's that and the thermal scope. So between the different tactical items, I would say probably the best one is probably going to be the blue chip detector. I mean, if you can get at least a 50 to 70% chance that nobody's in the building using a blue chip before you go in it, I mean, that's broken strong. You know, you could roll up in a car still and then ping the building and then drive off if there's someone inside. I would rather just take the building and kill them, but that's just me. So that's the tactical gear. Interesting. I'm not really sure if I'm excited about this. I think it's kind of a step in an awkward direction. It changes some core gameplay of the game, and I think that we're going to see a lot of things change um, with how people play, and it's not necessarily for the better. I think this actually might slow people down. The one thing that could be positive of this is that some of these things that are not adjusted correctly will get adjusted faster because more people are going to be vocal about their opinion and that sort of thing. So, what's also in this patch here is that Vikendi got a bit of an update on their vast open areas, which is good. As you see here, it's got a bit more cover, a little bit more defilades, that sort of thing. Well needed. There's a couple other maps they need to do this on as well. Like Tiago, I love Tiago. I think it's one of the best maps. There are some vast open areas though that could use a little bit of adjustment as well on that. On this picture here, you see a couple more of those hay bales. A couple more trees, which is nice. So that's good. Nice hill right here. Absolutely. That's a good change. That's a well needed change. Quick note on the blue chip thing that I missed. First of all, the ranked or the revive thing, excited to have that in the game, even though that's not on every map. It's not quite where it needs to be in the. There is one thing that they really need to adjust immediately, is you should not be able to pick up enemy blue chips. You shouldn't be able to do it. What you're just going to find is people picking them up and hiding them in bushes and stuff. Using the blue chip detector would help you find your teammate's chip, though, if they were to drop it. So people are probably just going to take it with them and drop it while they're driving a car or something. So either way, you shouldn't be able to pick up your enemy's blue chips. It's just bad gameplay, and it's not found in any other battle royale that has a revive system, like Fortnite, Apex. It's not a good part of that revive system. Vehicle spawns are getting a higher or increased spawn ratio on Vikendi. Fantastic. I think there's vehicles can be sometimes really hard to find. Blue zone has been increased by 70%. It's kind of cool, you know. It's one of those things that's it is what it is. You know, I'm not super excited about it or disappointed. It's just kind of there. Cable car is increased the speed quite a bit, so 80%. One thing that I think that they need to add to this change, which I think the cable cars 80% are good. I think more people will use it for actual traveling in the game, so getting in a circle. I think they could use more of them, honestly. But I also think that they should have the cable cars shake more, so that you can't just be sitting in there sniping. Give an example. Nice Try Son is nuts at shout out to nice Try Son. He's nuts at shooting people out of a car. He could just sit in that thing all day and shoot at people, and they really wouldn't be able to do anything to stop him. Your best bet would be to accidentally get a headshot with like a Kar 98 or somehow get a Panzer shot. Reminds me of the Battlefield days where you shoot Panzers or rocket launchers at helicopters and that sort of thing. But you're not going to kill someone sniping out of that car if it's just faster, you know. Comeback BR, reduce the combat time from 160 seconds to 100 seconds. I think this is good. I'm excited about that. I think it's a little bit too long. But I would like just a regular revive system. I hope that they update that. At least we have one, so we're excited about that. Reduce the volume of wind turbines by 40%. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. One additional thing that I think that they missed as well is they need to, I don't know the name of the car. There's a new car. It's kind of the old school, like 1920s look. They need to lower the volume on that car because it is just a smidge too loud. Overall, we got some cool stuff in here, and that's actually a pretty cool parachute. And then we've got this new Survivor Pass Splash Royale, which I think is kind of funny. Also kind of reminds me of Fortnite. that's something that they would probably name. Helmet. I was looking through the items that you get for this pass. This helmet kind of looks like the Star Wars helmet from what's that one? What's the terrible Star Wars movie? The Last Jedi. I think that's the one. I love Star Wars, but that was a terrible movie, and I'm pretty sure they have someone with a helmet on that movie or in that movie. But overall, some bug fixes, some other things like that. Overall, it's a patch that I'm not super excited about. I hate to say. I think this is going to cause PUBG to go in kind of a weird direction. Got some gameplay here. Just want to go through this real quick. This is the opening up the tactical gear, kind of what it looks like. So you get your 6 things there that you can select which one you want. Once again, if you take these items or you select an item, excuse me, you're not going to be able to change the item. So just keep in mind, what you select is what you get for the game. Unless you get killed, then you don't come back with anything. So be mindful of when you want to do it. An example would be if you're dropping hot, it's probably not a good idea to use your gear right away. Like, truth be told, because you might get killed, and then when you come back, you don't have it. So like, unless you're using the blue chip, EMT gear might be kind of beneficial there, but I don't think you're going to see as much of a benefit unless you have a good teammate that's going to be able to do it with you. And it doesn't work on yourself anymore. You can't heal yourself. This is the other thing that I wanted to go over too. So when you hit number 6 and you have the repair kit, it's going to require you to select what you want to do for like your vest or helmet. That's how you repair it. So instead of just like right clicking on the actual like helmet, well, I guess you can't right click because it'd probably take it off. Maybe that's why they went that route. But you have to select between which one you're trying to repair on yourself. Fast forward a little bit here. So one thing I did notice with this, so if you have a tire here, and we see that the tire is 57%, it doesn't give you an option to repair it, which seems kind of goofy. When people are in vehicles, they may repair vehicles, but the most repaired thing is the tires. That's why you'd want to do a mechanic repair kit. Which I learned this just the other day. Somebody was telling me about trying to use one. I didn't even know that was a thing. So I'm a little disappointed by that the tires are not repairable. I think that's, if they're going to have this option in there, I think that needs to be adjusted a little bit. It is kind of cool that you can take off the tires. I mean, as a troll, you could go around and, you could put items in the back of a car. So I'm sure someone's going to think of this. But why not just load up the car with tires? So you drive past one, if you're playing squads and you drive past one vehicle that you're not going to be taking, you could literally just take all 4 tires off the car and stuff it in the trunk. Most cars you can put, or most vehicles you can put stuff in the trunk now. So that would be like a good strategy if you want to utilize that. But yeah, it does not repair the tire. I tried this multiple times trying to just get it moving, and it wouldn't do it. Drone tablets. So this is another thing that I found when I was doing some testing here. So you can deploy it. It's nice, if you land somewhere, say you land with a ton of people and you are not able to get gear, you could grab the drone tablet and go loot for yourself. However, I think this might be the weakest one. And the reason why is you can't recall the drone when it's shot, right? It takes any damage at all, including blue zone damage, it's going to get broken right off the bat. You can repair it if you can get to it, but what if somebody shoots it like over a building? So if you're not able to retrieve your drone, you can't get tactical gear in the game anymore, right? On the field. It doesn't spawn anymore. So that means if it gets shot out and it's over a building like you see here, that's it. There's your tactical gear for the rest of the game. It seems kind of broken. I don't know if there's a way to fix it. I don't necessarily have a good idea of how to fix that, but that is something that I think a lot of people are not going to choose the drone for that reason. Then we got the blue chips. I popped in here, gave this a try. And once again, this is just one of the cheapest things. I really wish this was removed from the game. But I know now there's a guy in the building and there's a guy in front of me. You know, it's that simple. It's just cheap. It's crappy gameplay. It's detrimental. I'm hoping that we see a better balance of the tactical gear, or maybe they head in a different direction. And I think we're going to see the community is going to share their thoughts, and I hope that you do as well, in a constructive way. But make sure you mention it on like the Discord or on the surveys that pop up in the game. Share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Let me know what favorite gear that you would use, and see you in the battlefield. Take care.